Hello, I'm Carlos, and today I'm going to just show the unboxing of the VVRC Yak 54 Pro. It's a 20cc profile airplane that Valley View sells, and it's actually a very well designed airplane compared to the other manufacturers, and it does fly extremely well. If you're into that sport aerobatics and into 3D, this airplane will do it all. And we're just going to go ahead and start and unbox the airplane. Just to give you an idea, I'm one of those guys that likes to see airplane parts, you know, before I purchase or after I purchase, just to get an idea of what's coming in the box. So first thing I see here, we picked up one of the wings, and what I can tell you about this airplane is that the monocoque quality on this airplane is very well, looks very detailed, perfectly done. I love the pattern. It has the checkers. As you can see here, the elevator servos is already, the monocoque's already pre-cut for you. Another cool feature to help you with quick assembly is that the ailerons and the hinges are already pre-glued, and everything works smoothly as advertised. You can tell that this is very good quality. This airplane, I've owned it once before, and about 2 years ago when they first kind of came out, and I just love the way it flew. And one of those reasons why it flies like that is this big, nice, thick, fat wing. Produces a lot of lift. The airplane is just like a little puppy in the air. It does elevator maneuver, it does that very well, and it also does the Harrier very well, and with almost no wingtip stall whatsoever, or wing rocking as some of the other guys call it. It's very strong. There's actually no balsa sheeting on top of the actual wings. It's actually plywood, so very strong airframe. Very rugged for those guys, you know, when you have those accidents when you're landing and bump a wing, but very well designed. Let's continue on. This is the other wing, not much there. Same pre-glue hinges. Which side we got some wheel pants. Wing tube. It is not aluminum. It looks like it's made out of fiberglass wing tube. Pretty nice and lightweight. We got here aluminum landing gear. Valley View does something that no other, well, I don't know if no other company does it, but they do it, and they do it quickly. So their first gen of this Yak 54 Pro, they had carbon fiber landing gear strut, and they also had carbon fiber tailwheel strut, and there was some complaints from customers about the strength of this gear system and the height also. When the airplane was fully assembled with the weight of the airplane on top of the carbon gear flex, and the airplane propeller didn't have proper ground clearance with the ground. So what Valley View did is they updated their landing gear, and they actually went back to more traditional aluminum landing gear to make it stronger, and they also went to a taller landing gear system, and this gives you more clearance for those issues. So that's a kudos on them to actually fix something that the customers weren't happy about in the manufacturing of the airplane, and they did that very quickly actually. And of course, more hardware. Tail wheel also is aluminum. Here's a cool feature about the Valley View and how they do their products. This is something that you see with the high-end companies. All the control hinges and the actual rod ends are the Durbo style ends. They come with self-locking nuts and castle head bolts. Not castle head, I'm sorry, hex head bolts. and all the hardware is included with the model. Also, the control rods themselves are the control rods that are adjustable, and those of you guys know that you know. Sometimes when you're assembling the airplane, you're trying to center a servo to a control surfaces. It can be kind of painful when you can't turn the rod around to adjust the length either of the actual rod end to make it longer or shorter. And this makes it very simple, very cool, neat feature about their design with their airplane. Let's just get all this hardware out of here and continue on. Looks like here we got the fuel tank. So a cool feature with this airplane is the reason why I bought this airplane, and the feature was that I like my airplanes to aesthetically look very clean, and Valley View seemed to be the only company out of all the different manufacturers that gave the user that option compared to any of the other companies. So with this airplane, all the electronics, the fuel tank, the ignition system of the gas engine, everything goes inside the airplane, hidden away from the outside. And to me, this just looks cleaner. It makes a prettier airplane. You would think that maybe, you know, you sacrifice one thing for another, but the airplane actually flies extremely well. I've actually flown the AeroWorks version of this, the 20cc airplane, and this one just outperformed it. It was just better design than the AeroWorks, and here's one of those things. They actually make a tank specially designed for this airplane that fits inside the fuselage, and I just give the company kudos for that. Alright, let's see here. Alright, what we got here? Looks like we got the fuselage, the elevator, and the rudder. Well, design, right? This is what we're talking about, quality and design. Pin hinges in all the surfaces that move. So the elevator, the ailerons, and the rudder. Pin hinges. The elevator hinges are pre-glued. The aileron hinges are already pre-glued. You don't have to waste time doing that. The only hinge surface that you have to glue is the actual rudder after you install the elevator and the horizontal stabilizer. And again, high quality accessories with the pin hinges already there. Everything's already pre-drilled for you. Key design feature is that the control surfaces, both aileron, elevator, and the rudder, all of them are symmetrical. So, you know, most manufacturers out there, you look at these like the elevator and the rudder, the vertical fin, all these are just a 1/4 inch piece of balsa, you know, and things, little things like that is what actually makes an airplane fly a little bit better, and I'm very happy that they do that in their airplane. And here's the elevator, and speaking of that, pre-hinge and glued already. Nice colors. I love the red and black. It just looks real nice, and plenty of throw for you guys that like to do, you know, like snap rolls, and you like to do the waterfall maneuvers. This airplane does them very, very nicely, and again, symmetrical on the design. What we got here? Okay, these are the side force generators, and just basic side force generators. I don't understand why people in the RC field don't install them when they're assembling the airplane to go fly. You know, it only takes 5 minutes. That's usually the excuse that we hear. Is, oh, it takes too long. 5 minutes. And I'll tell you this from experience. I've flown quite a few airplanes without them installed and with them installed. And usually the ones that I'm flying without them installed is somebody else's airplane that I'm kind of trimming out and testing out. And I asked them, does the airplane come with SFGs? And they say, yeah. And I said, well, why didn't you install them? And they give me this lazy, it just takes too long. Airplane noticeably fly different with these things on. And once you fly with them, I always install them. They look cool and they actually do perform. And last but not least, here we got the actual fuselage. And again, this is pretty cool. Holes pre-drilled already, pre-drill holes for the engine. Just build time. You got to think about build time, especially me in this hotel. All the monocoat is already being pre-cut out of the servo positionings, which is a neat feature. The pin hinge holes have been pre-done on the vertical fin. This is the actual top cover for the airplane that you remove, and to install your fuel tank. Goes right here. The manual shows the ignition going right here in the front, and then I installed the receiver inside, and that's what I did with my older airplane, and then I had batteries on one of the wings, just like the manual dictates to do it. The airplane's very light, very well made. And like I said, they thought of just every little thing that you could possibly not have to do, like most airplane manufacturers. They thought of everything, and it's a well-designed airplane. And like I said, I keep iterating that, but it does fly very, very well. I hope that this kind of gives you a sneak peek of the airplane that you just purchased, or the airplane that you're thinking about purchasing. By hands down, compared to the other manufacturers, the simplicity in the build and the quality of material that you get with the VVRC Yak 54 Pro 20cc. And I'm Carlos. Thanks for watching.